I was like Chanel. I don't care if I was living in the hood or if I was living in the suburbs. I was living inside. I ain't know nothing. So, like all this other stuff, this is new to me. I think that the women, like I agree with Sherelle, about the whole doctor and hold on one second. Um, yeah, even if it was like a doctor, they still would think that he doesn't have enough swag for them. They just look on for this particular look. They rather a guy in jail. It's not every woman. It's just certain kind of women. Um, I don't know what it is. It's like people are trying to prove to other people that this is the kind of man I have, so this is the kind of value that I have. So I don't get that whole thing. But I ended up talking to somebody that was low key dealing drugs one time too, but like to high schoolers. So it wasn't like a big operation or nothing. But I'm just like, why? You can even be attracted to somebody that just because they have the confidence, like they walk a little different, they everybody's scared of them, or they're the big football player, or like that status. I was just like drawn to the person because of that. It wasn't even because they were the best looking person. It was they seemed the most masculine. Come to find out,
Hmm.
that person would get on their tiptoes for a mouse, and a lot of these boys when the bee come, everybody started like, oh my god, a bee! All the boys in high school used to run for bees and stuff. I was like, what is going on right now? But I think it's a catch-22 because when you I think the kids grew up seeing drug dealers on TV, so we are only showing drug dealers and ball players. So we only believe that that's who we go for. That's the top person. So the girls, they grew up believing that. That's why certain girls, they only like different races because that was the good race or whatever, But it's programmed into our mind, and we have to like deprogram ourselves from believing all of this crap that they pushed out in front of us. When you said it was different in the 70s and 80s, I know exactly what you're talking about because all these other things were not introduced to us until now. Till then, we had strong communities, we had a strong sense of morals. Now all of a sudden, our morals going in the trash because it's based off of what we saw, and how many people saw Family Matters, and that's how you saw how a real family's supposed to be, or the Cosbys, and you were like living through these people. Like TV is very powerful, and they do know that. Viz said something about the trousers and the velvet shoes. I don't think it's an ugly look. I think it's you can't wear your pants all the way tight. Like it got to be loose at the bottom. Like you can be dressed up. Like it's some guys do look good in it. He just looked like he had a big body on top and then tiny in the bottom, and his shape wasn't right, and then it was too high. And it's like you still can wear the high water look because you're not supposed to wear socks with it. Like it's a way it can be done, right? With the little flower vest thing. Y'all seen the look before, so it's not a crazy thing. What I did want to speak on is the dress up. Like I decided to dress up. Like I'm not gonna dress down. I'm not gonna dumb down for other people. So if you do dress up, people there you might have a small amount of people that hate on you, but honestly, the people that you think will be like nasty towards you, whatever, they show you respect. They look up to you. They treat you a certain way. And you may not have the same amount of money as them, but they treat you like you're better than them. And it's sad, but it's like that's how it is. So people shouldn't be afraid to be themselves or be their best version. Or I hate when you like look nice and they're like, "Where are you going?" Like you got to explain yourself just because you want to be put together at all times. Like you don't have to look like what you've been through. Like it doesn't matter if you were born in the hood or the suburbs, whatever. That's just your circumstance. Everybody got to start from somewhere. Like we got to like all respect each other. It's not like because when I went to high school in the suburbs, and so it's like everybody fake like they were in a Philly kid. Like they I'm from Philly. Like that was your street cred was I'm from Philly, and it's like what? Come on, y'all. It's across the street. Like cut it out. Y'all all hang together like everybody try to be so tough. So now people faking like they from the hood just to get respect instead of just being themselves. So we don't have doctors and lawyers and engineers and all these other things. People that we got to show these ordinary men a lot of respect so that they can say, you know what, I want an engineer as a husband. I want. How is it all these white people got a teacher in combination and we can't figure it out? They can figure out how to be middle class together. So we got to figure out like, hey, what can I deal with, right? Can I deal with a plumber? Can I deal with a electrician? And do what I got to do and build a life with this person. Because when you put it together, it's $120,000. Y'all can be six figures together. So it don't got to be all this. judging one another and looking down on one another.
Can I say something? That's a beautiful.
Can I just add something real quick?
No,
I just want to add that y'all Chicago people.
All right, so
y'all, them Chicago
I'm
people.
gonna let y'all three go. I just want to keep it kind of concise because we about to jump over to the next one. So if we could keep it in about the minute range, go ahead. You can start, Chanel.
I was just wanted to say that Chicago people, y'all got like a keen eye to people because I'm from Gary. I went to two clubs, somewhere on Stony Island and someplace a club called Secrets. And both times some girls tried to fight me for no reason, and I didn't even know that I was stirring up these girls again. I was at the bar and all these dudes just ran over to me. It was like, hold on, hold on. I turned around. It was a whole bunch of girls about to jump on me. I was like, what the heck? And these girls was like, oh, you coming in here. They had gym shoes and stuff on. I'm like, I got on a dress. I ain't got no bra, nothing. No. I'm thinking like all this stuff. These girls want to jump on me. So I was like, I'm never going to Chicago again. And then I go to another club like 3 years later. Same thing. I was in the bathroom. And it was just a lot going on. And all I said was, excuse me. And I was saying, excuse me. She thought I was saying, excuse her. And then she turned around and immediately, you don't know where you from? You ain't from Chicago? I'm like, these Chicago people, y'all, when y'all don't see somebody that's not from there, y'all immediately come for. Just had to say
in defense of Chicago, let me just defend my city real quick. The issue is this. The way you built, if you was from the area, we'd know, men and the women. You could tell, like, the way your body is shaped, it was like a BBL before BBLs, right? Is that a fair statement? So
yeah, I've always been a cheerleader, so I've always had shape. This is years ago, but yeah.
So that shape, the girls know that shape, just like the men know. You probably had somebody, man, looking at you like that, like,
No. It was probably the way she was like carrying herself. I guarantee you. It was probably the way she was carrying herself. Because some girls just be drunk, like for real. And it was probably young girls too, right? Probably somebody that's not like probably younger than what you are. Like the girls, they just sometimes be on it. I don't know why. Like if they just feel like you too quiet, that's another reason they'll be drunk. Y'all know how girls be up here. Y'all know how they be. And she's not talking about the girls with sense. It's always that one girl. It's always the one group of girls in the club that come in rowdy, coming in on BS, coming in. Because like she said, I said, excuse me. And she said, excuse you. Blah, blah, blah. Were they in groups, with the girls in groups? Because if it was one girl, then yeah, 9 times out of 10, a nigga was looking at you. But they in groups, they was just probably on bullshit.
Well, the ones that was trying to drunk me, they was in groups. It was the girl in the bathroom, but she immediately was like, you walking around and you was up and this and that, and you turned around. And I was like, I don't even remember ever seeing you. Like, I don't even know what she was talking about.
But real quick, just while I got a minute, I just wanted to talk about the conditioning. I think everybody forget that conditioning plays a large part in why we like the things that we like. And honestly, when they said that it's the women who's deciding what the men become, I really wanted to speak on that because I honestly do think we play a large role, and my heart was broken when I started to seeing what women became, when I seen that women no longer had the, I guess, emotional capacity to be the bigger person now, to have certain type of standards. They want to get their lick back. They want to do what the men do, the younger generation that's like right under us. And it really breaks my heart because I'm like, dang, they already got to the men. So once they get to the women, what would our community really look like? Like, it was really scary. So that's just what I wanted to say.
It's everybody, not just the young
guys. Shan, I know you had a point, and then I'm going to let philosophical close it.
I didn't want to take that away from her because I think that's absolutely true, especially with nowadays, right? Where we're going. But to talk about the 90s, I did have a reflection of the 90s. And I do remember like the Marky Mark. Everybody thought that was cool, right? I think the problem is in the suburbs, people thought that was cool, but we kind of grew out of it. Some people held on to it. So you may have had that hood boyfriend in high school, but you didn't carry him outside. You was like, that was just a phase. Not in that phase anymore. So it may have been looking like you are getting these suburban girls, but you were just we see it in all cultures. It was just a phase. You understand what I'm saying? But I think that we held on to that phase like, oh, it's kind of like how women do now. I got this guy, but you don't even know he just liked you because he want to have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? So now in your mind, you got access to this guy that you really don't have access to. It's almost the same thing. You know, you had access to this type of girl, but then that girl grew, she got a little older, and now she's back to her suburban life and left you behind when it was a false access. It wasn't based in legit stability reality. You know, like, does that make sense? Am I?
No, the only reason that well, all right.
Yes, because guys know their level.
Philosophical, you got it. You can shut it down with this one.
Real quick, just responding to Ruth. I appreciate the point you made, sister. I think we highlight too much of the toxic stuff that women say. So I want to definitely give you your props for what you said, because it's rare that I hear a lot of women that's open to that harmonious agreement. And I think what the drug dealing era did, it kind of devalued what we valued in each other. Because I was looking at a stat earlier and how it seemed like when we was under more racism and stress, and when we was less educated, we was married more. So not to say that we downplay education and we downplay success, but it seems like the vanity of materialism and the access that education gives us somehow has made us more competitive with each other. So I just appreciate what you said. I just want to add on with that.